If I was thinking about memories, it's more about the people than anything else. So I'm still very much in touch with a lot of the people I lived with and who were on my course. For them, there are so many memories that we share together, and I think it's all about the people here. I think you learn so many lessons when you're at university, and for me, Warwick taught me a lot about who I was and who I wanted to be. But I have to say that I wouldn't be where I was without some of the advice and without some of the guidance that I received at Warwick. I think when you meet someone who's got that same experience as you, it creates an instant connection. And I've found that throughout my career, you meet someone who went to Warwick and you just feel suddenly at home with them, which is a lovely feeling. I've always believed in doing what's right. I know that sounds a little bit cliched, but that is really what drives me. And to be able to bring that into a working environment, into an industry, those are the things that really influence me, that I can make a small bit of difference in someone's life. I think for me, being a woman and being a woman from an ethnic minority background, so my family is Indian, you experience the world in a different way. And I have to say, I have been very privileged throughout my life, but I know that that is not the case for everyone. And even though I've had that privilege, there are some moments where you realize maybe somebody looks at you differently or treats you differently because of who you are. So being able to think about how the world interacts with different people and to be conscious of that is something that I feel really passionate about. I think equity, diversity and inclusion in football is absolutely fascinating, not least because I'm passionate about both of those things, so being able to bring them together is such a privilege. I find that football as an industry, there's a lot that football clubs can do, use their platform and influence when it comes to EDI. And they do that, which is absolutely brilliant. So you see campaigns which call out racism, which talk about LGBTQ+ inclusion, which talk about women in football. And those are instrumental and so important. I think on the flip side, we also unfortunately see things like abuse received by players or by fans, particularly racism, homophobia, and still sexism. So I think what's interesting about football is how do you navigate those two things together? How do you look at the fact that you've got this really fantastic platform to make change and to make influence, and actually really brilliant players who are passionate about these things themselves, with the other side that we're still seeing some of those things that you wouldn't see in an ordinary workplace. Football has a lot to answer for because it's such a big space. We have this real opportunity to use this beautiful game to create that sense of belonging for everyone. And ultimately, that's all we're trying to do. We're making sure that football feels like it's for everyone. I've had so many opportunities to learn from the people around me, and why not give some of that back, even if it can just affect someone's way of thinking a little bit, or give someone a little bit of a nugget into what a career looks like. That is so important to be able to share that, because one day someone shared that with me, and that has made all the difference.